everyone. It's been a little while since I've talked to all of you, so I realized that I'm celebrating my 8th year in this art journey. So I thought maybe today was as good a day as any to have a chat face to face with you guys. My life is really different than it was 8 years ago. I've always been a creative person. I've spent a couple of decades working as a journalist and an author. I've done woodworking. I've done wood burning. I play a couple of instruments. I sing. I dabble in a whole bunch of hobbies that are far too numerous to list in this video. But 8 years ago, I decided I was really going to get serious and actually learn how to draw. And I was awful when I first started. I really just was not good. But as I had done so many times before, instead of just giving up, I realized that when they tell you that art talent isn't some magical gift that you're born with, believe them. Because if you want to get good at art or drawing or painting or whatever your passion is, it's all down to good old-fashioned hard work and practice. Now, remember, my goal was just to learn how to draw. And somehow along the way, like maybe some of you, and let me know in the comments if it's true, I bought and experimented with just about every flipping kind of art medium you can imagine. Soft pastels, oil pastels, acrylic paint, oil paint, watercolor, lino print, of course, good old-fashioned graphite pencils. There were a couple of art mediums that really clicked, and a couple that they're not for me. Color pencils, for instance, they are definitely not for me. I don't have the patience and the time for what you have to invest into color pencils. I'm not crazy about soft pastels either. They're dusty, they're dirty, it gets all over the house. That's not my thing. I fell in love with oil pastels almost immediately. I really connected with lino carving and lino printing. And of course, drawing is really still at the top of my list, my favorite thing to do. I guess then I really shouldn't be surprised that I could actually see my own skills getting better, because I was, and I still do, make art several times a week. It's just practice. Like I said, it's not a secret. You just have to keep trying and trying and trying. I'll tell you another thing that really made a difference for me was studying the masters, studying art history, and really studying the artists that I loved, because by learning how they created their art, what passions that they had that led them to create art in a certain way, that knowledge helped me dig deep and figure out what it is I like to create. In my case, I love portraits. I'm not much of a landscape person. I will on occasion, but I love portraits. I love the human face. I love women's faces. I'm more prone to draw women's faces than I am men's faces. But had I not developed a knowledge of and sensitivity towards what I was enjoying so much in the moment, I wouldn't have been able to whittle down to the things that I really loved creating. And that's really important. You can be a multi-passion artist, as they say. You can have many mediums that you enjoy working in, but I think we all agree there's one or two that we really love, and those are the go-tos. They're my go-tos anyway. Oil pastel, printmaking, and drawing. Those are the ones I love the most, and I've gotten the best at them because I've given them the most time and practice. I am not gonna lie. when I compare some of the stuff that I created 8 years ago to the stuff I make today, I have to resist throwing a pretty big bonfire. But I'm glad I kept all of the stuff I created. And I'll tell you why. On days when I'm stupid enough to read somebody's really nasty comment on social media, or I get turned down by an art gallery, which thankfully is happening less than it was. That's another step in the right direction. When I'm having a really crappy day, I really like to look back and think back on what I made 8 years ago compared to what I make today, and realize and give myself credit for the journey that I have made, the progress that I've made. And I suggest you do the same. Don't throw away the stuff that you think is bad. Keep it. Because one of these days you're going to compare it to something that you really love, and you're going to say, I won't say it on YouTube, but you're going to say, hey, I really did a great job. I've learned, I've come a long way, and I'm proud of myself. So while I am happy and celebrating my 8 years of art experimentation and growth, I'm feeling generous, and I'd like to share a little bit of my joy with you guys. My 2 latest pen and ink drawings are called Wild Woman and Snake and Cactus. And I've turned those 2 8x10 original pieces of art into 3.5 by 4 3/4, I think, inch book plates. Those are the labels that go inside books, the ex libris of the library of, and then there's a line where you can sign your name, and if you lend the book to someone, they know who to return it to. And they know you're pretty serious about it too, because you've got a book plate in there. So I'm giving away 8 free book plates to the first 8 people who enter to win. And it's really easy. There's a form, there's a link to the form for entry in the description below. I don't ask for a lot of information, just your first name and your email address. If you win, you will have to share a shipping address where you want them sent. But to enter to win, all you need to give me is your first name and your email address, which I will never sell or give away or use without your permission. So I really hope you enter, because I'm really proud of these pieces. And I'll tell you what else. I'd really love to hear about your art journey. I'd like to hear about your steps along the way, when you really felt like you had accomplished something, when you were really proud, maybe the first piece of art that you were ever proud you created. Please leave it in the comments. Tell me your stories. I love to hear your stories, and Lord knows I love to share mine. So please let me know where you are. Are you beginning? Are you in the middle? Are you an accomplished artist? Are you exhibiting regularly? Are you just creating art for yourself and your friends? And all of those options, they're perfectly fine. There's no judgment. So we're all in this together. If you want to leave some comments about where you're at in your art career, please do. In the meantime, don't forget to enter the competition. I'd really like to give you one of these free book plates. If you like my videos, please like and subscribe. And the next video, I promise, will be back to the normal art demo, so you won't see my face for a little while again. But please stay in touch. Be well, be happy, and be kind, especially to yourself.